Dorian's brush with the first coast. The storm brought huge waves to the beaches, water washing over roadways, nearly reaching homes, and trees crashed onto homes. But
I think we fared out, we all got lucky. I don't think it got nearly as bad as what it could have been. So
after more than a week of watching the slow-moving storm, some people are finally getting back to normal. Others are just getting started cleaning up from flooding and fallen trees.
I know there were a lot of people praying and a lot of people working, and I'm incredibly grateful that we dodged the big one on this.
And tonight, most businesses are reopening. Evacuations have been lifted and shelters are being shut down.
JTA and city government offices will reopen tomorrow, but schools are still closed. Here's how the storm response breaks down by the numbers.
G to the L, better roll your eyes. Can't do that, better kiss my sass. You on top, don't hold your breath. Want that real word here?
Geexella is in the house. Local singer, rapper, and DJ is bringing people together with a new kind of dance party. She's the creative mind behind Duval Folks Parties. The events are meant to spread love and respect while also offering a safe space for LGBTQ communities and people of color. The Springfield-based star is here and to tell us more about everything you're doing. You are so busy lately.
I am. That's what everybody says.
I love it. First of all, I love your name, Geexella.
Yes.
What is your real name?
So my real name is Geexella.
Gorgeous.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, and Geexella is just my stage name, so that's what most people know me by.
Born and raised here in Springfield?
No, I was raised in Jacksonville,
Okay.
Mostly on the south side. I just moved to Springfield because I love it over there.
Springfield is an awesome neighborhood.
Yes,
I'm
it's
very
dope.
passionate about the work they're doing there. It's a beautiful
Yes.
neighborhood, and people are coming together in a big way.
Tonight, we're getting a look at 19-year-old Jessica Diamalanta. 1 week ago in San Francisco, a car pulled up. 3 men got out and started shooting. A bullet went straight through her right eye. Her family believes that she was targeted because she is Asian American. A local artist, Elena Olander, is speaking out against the hate through her artwork. She wants to help Diamalanta and other Asians dealing with violence.
Starting tomorrow, the Biden-Harris administration, though, will face unprecedented challenges. The transfer of power took place in Washington this afternoon among heightened security. And in the back of everyone's mind, a pandemic that has now taken more than 400,000 lives.
In honor of Black History Month, a special art exhibit is kicking off tomorrow, The Black Beach, created by a trio of local artists right here in the River City. It is devoted to and inspired by Black history in Northeast Florida. It opens at the Heather Moore Community Gallery. So joining me now, the trio of artists, Dustin Harewood, Malcolm Jackson, and Jordan Walter, to tell us more about the history behind this amazing work. This is a piece right behind us.
Tonight, hundreds of people gathered at the Cathedral Arts Project to see an exhibit by 3 local artists.
Artist Dustin Harewood, photographer Malcolm Jackson, and graphic designer Jordan Walter teaming up to create a contemporary art exhibit called The Black Beach, inspired by the historic American Beach, which was the largest and most popular Black-only beach community in Northeast Florida. The show is from now until May 27th downtown inside the Heather Moore Community Gallery.
Stories you won't want to miss tomorrow on The Morning Show. Keeping your kids safe as they return to the field. The signs of heat exhaustion that signal it's time to head to the hospital. Protecting babies from COVID-19. An OB weighs in on the security mothers could be passing along. And styling your student's dorm without breaking the bank. The 4 moves to help you save and the gadgets that are worth breaking the rules for.
New revelations are coming out of the preliminary trial for Ahmaud Arbery. The lead investigator in the GBI's investigation say they found evidence father and son Travis and Gregory McMichael and their neighbor William Roddy Bryan prevented 25-year-old Arbery from fleeing the neighborhood the day of the deadly shooting, chasing him for more than 4 minutes and at one point pinning Arbery between their 2 trucks.
Pursuit, hunt, something along those lines.
Those were the words you would use.
That's the words I would use, yes, sir. I believe Mr. Arbery's decision was to just try to get away. When he felt like he could not escape, he chose to fight.
The investigator testified GBI found evidence Arbery might have been hit by Roddy Bryan's truck during the pursuit, saying they found a palm print on the rear door of Bryan's truck, cotton fibers near the truck bed, and a dent below the fibers. Perhaps the biggest bombshell of the day was the racial slur the alleged shooter, Travis McMichael, was overheard saying as Arbery lay bleeding out on the road.
Void is so important for the community and the businesses and artists.
Just reminiscing on my favorite moments. Definitely those old Void parties. If you know, you know.
And my favorite moment was getting Shad Khan on the field in a Hawaiian outfit.
And thank you for all you do for the community. We love you, and let's keep print alive.
I just want to say I love y'all, and print's not dead.
For nearly 10 years, Void magazine has helped shine a special light on artists, small businesses, and the culture of Jacksonville. But now COVID-19 is threatening the magazine's ability to tell the story of the city. Because people in the community are stepping in to help keep print alive. Whether it's online or at your popular coffee shop, you've probably seen this local magazine. It has been filling the void, keeping millennials informed about what's happening in the city. But now it could literally disappear due to COVID-19.
We print around 30,000 copies every month.
Void magazine highlights the arts and culture of Jacksonville. Artist Jennifer Lale has had her work featured in the magazine this year.
It also is the cultural glue to Northeast Florida. Really helps tie us all together.
Jennifer Lale is just one of many that wants to keep print alive. We reached out to editor-in-chief Matt Shaw, and he explained why the magazine is in danger for artists like Lale.
Basically, overnight, we had all the businesses that support us and make the magazine free, unable to purchase advertisements.
I think that Void gives a voice to, hyper-local art, culture, entertainment, musicians, the food scene.
Callie Marie owns a business in 5 Points. Marie was saddened to see Folio Weekly, another local magazine, dissolve due to COVID-19.
It was very sad. I don't want to see the same thing happen to Void.
Though Void is doing well online with viewers, they don't have revenue. Now they are hoping the public will donate money to help them get out the July issue. The goal is $30,000, and they have raised 40% so far. It would help the staff and get the issue printed.
George Floyd's murder sparked a movement of change. People marched. They also talked and listened.
For many, these conversations were difficult. They were eye-opening, even draining. Melanie Lawson joining us now live from downtown Jacksonville. And Mel, you're at an art gallery that was created a year ago to help foster these conversations.
And it certainly did. Many of us remember getting a call or a text from someone asking, how are you doing after the graphic video of George Floyd's death 1 year ago? It was painful to watch. It was a racial reckoning for many all over the country. And no matter what your opinion is on this, Floyd's murder caused some kind of reflection. And a year later, many people want that conversation to continue. For Shawana Brooks, artist, curator, thought leader, and entrepreneur, it always comes back to art. How art can shape and spark challenging conversations.
It became time to say, maybe I don't know, but I need to hear it from you.
Open, closed minds through creativity.
We want to just say, hey, here's a space, come, sit, let's talk.
And provide a safe environment for growth and even mistakes.
It's no judgment. If there's slurs that need to be said, because you want to understand where that process goes.
Brooks is open to it all. And a year ago, she opened up her yard and created the 6 Feet Away Gallery.
I saw the space that we had, and we just wanted to talk back to our neighbors, an extension of the whole community around what does it mean when we say Black Lives Matter? How do we get past the politicizing of those words, and just really talk about how humanity is important.
It was in response to Floyd's murder, the pandemic, and the fact that art galleries were shut down. Brooks felt this was what the community needed.
How terrible it is to see something like that consistently in the news and the constant trauma. And I feel art always has a really brilliant way of bringing us together so that we can be in conversation about how do we go forward and what's next.
What came next, Brooks couldn't imagine. The Corner Gallery opened less than a month ago at the Jesse Ball DuPont Center with the help of a $150,000 grant. Currently, it features Kirsten Williams and her exhibition, Like Minded. The name, the art, it's all up for discussion.
Whether we do get to be like-minded or we get to have more diversity, but it's all about conversation, dialogue, and more than that, comprehension. because if we don't understand one another, we're not going to get to the next level.
Brooks is leveling up, and while she believes, like most people, that we still have a long way to go, she's inviting you in to talk about it. There's several things planned this week. You know, one thing I want to point out is that we're here, it's Ocean and Adams Street, and it's a pretty busy street. And when you walk past, you can't help but notice the corner gallery and the art that is through the windows. And even if you don't make it in the door, there's a moment for reflection, and that's really what she is hoping to continue throughout this city. So coming up during the next hour, we're going to talk with the CEO of 90 Forward. That is an organization that is working in this community, gathering statistics and really trying to create equal playing ground for all communities. Also, just to let you know about those two events that are coming up, there is one today. It's from 1 to 4 here at the gallery. They're hosting a community conversation, difficult dialogue around art. Again, it is to commemorate the 1-year anniversary of George Floyd's death. And there is another one scheduled for Friday from 4 to 7. These are all free and open to anyone who wants to talk or learn more about the exhibit. And there'll be some activity out here as well. They'll have chairs set up, some drumming circles and different things, really to get people talking, reflecting, and being together. We're live downtown. Melanie Lawson, Channel 4, the local station.
You know, it's interesting, Mel, because sometimes people know what they want to say, but they don't know how to say it, or they're hesitant to say it. And art is really often a vehicle to get that emotion out.
You know, it's interesting. You know, look at this, Bruce. I mean, this is a dad who is playing karate with his son. And, you know, just that image makes you think and it makes you talk. And he's African American, so it may be something that you haven't necessarily seen before. And again, this is someone who is local. So she's someone who lives in the community. So this art has a lot of meaning, and just the emotion in the face, you know, like you said, it does get you talking. And coming up at 8 o'clock, there's something that's circulating here in town called race cards. And those will really get you talking. And we'll tell you more about that coming up in the next hour.
So important to continue that engagement and that conversation even a year later. Mel, thank you. We're looking forward to the stories coming up.
All right, calling all foodies and video game fans. Crane Ramen will host their annual Street Fighter ramen tournament this week. The 9-man bracket features characters across the popular video game franchise with ingredients and flavors based off the region of each character. Some of those regions include France, Japan, and East Africa. The tournament will begin tomorrow and will last until the 1st of December. For more information, you can search Crane Ramen Jacksonville on Facebook.
And while you're there, be sure to check out the new mural by local artist Elena Olander inside their new Lantern Bar. It's behind the restaurant. Olander says the mural is inspired by the name of the establishment and mythological creatures based off of Japanese folklore. The bar will have extended nightly hours right off Oak Street starting Thursday. For more information, search Lantern Bar on social media. All this right under our noses. Fun.
Right there.